Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea. This is a few of my favorite things tag video. I was tagged by Detty, whose channel is Miss Ann Thrope. Thank you very much for tagging me. So there are 20 categories and I have to give 3 answers of each categories. Hopefully it will be interesting for you. Let's begin. The first category is products and it's not specified what kind of products. So I will just go with everyday life products. I couldn't be without my eyeliner and mascara because they give a complete new identity to my face. Without them I look quite pale and sick and just people don't even recognize me, so I might do some get ready with me videos and you can definitely see the difference. And the third thing would be my hair straightener. Don't get me wrong, I love wavy hair and curly hair, but my hair is very tangled and just all over the place, and hair straighteners help me look human. Foods. My favorite food would be a kind of stew made of tomato and pepper. It is a Hungarian food. I'm from Hungary, and it's difficult to make it here in the UK because it's difficult to find the right kind of pepper. But I think if you are a beginner, you might not feel the difference. You can make it from Californian peppers or whatever. I will link the recipe down below. My second favorite would be chips, just simple chips with salt. That makes me happy. The third one would be soups. I quite like soups, vegetable soups, let's say pea soup. I quite enjoy cooking and it's very simple and fast to make it. My favorite places, I quite like seaside or any kind of water. I would say my recent favorite before the lockdowns was Malaga. It was beautiful to go and walk by the sea, and I also like it here near Glasgow. The Irvine beach is beautiful and it's just 45-minute drive from here. The third one would be Italy. I quite like Italy. I haven't been there in 25 years or more, and actually I used to learn Italian, so my big plan is to refresh Italian and go there for a week. Let's see how does it work out. Things that I would miss, it didn't specify where or when, so let's say I'm on an uninhabited island and what would I miss? I would definitely miss music, my car and driving, and certain food, quite possibly spices like paprika, black pepper and things like that. So I think I would miss those things the most. Things I do when I'm bored. Well, I think I'm never bored. There is always something to do and the time seems just fly by faster and faster, and I keep myself busy. I do millions of things all the time and I'm basically never bored. Things I enjoy when it's sunny, it is definitely the beach, just go for a walks, or I enjoy swimming and sunbathing and things like that. I enjoy eating out in an open air area or cooking open air or doing a barbecue. I think that's fun when it's sunny. I like sightseeing when it's sunny. You can take beautiful pictures when the sun is up and it's nice and bright. I think one of my favorite films is Yes Man with Jim Carrey. I will link the trailer down below and you might be able to find it on Netflix. And I quite like House by the Lake with Sandra Bullock. I really like lots of her films. I liked Identical Strangers. That was a very eye-opening film to highlight that there is a bunch of people with higher power who they can play with other people's lives, and it was a kind of interesting and sad film. Songs. I don't really have favorite songs. I have favorite styles. I quite like electronic music and DJ mixes. I listen to them when I'm going for a walk and when I'm in the gym doing cardio. I quite like hip hop music when it comes to dancing. I'm not really good at it, but I enjoy it. And songs. So I quite like, for example, Porcelain from Moby. I quite like Alien from Dennis Lloyd, and I also enjoy My Sacrifice from Creed. So these are my favorite songs. Brands, it didn't specify what kind of brands, but when it comes to trainers, I like Nike. You never get disappointed with them. And when it comes to clothing, I quite enjoy Shein, and I quite like River Islands, which is a little bit pricey for me. I don't have so many things from them. Outdoor things that I like, I quite enjoy everything which involves water. I used to do lots of kayaking and canoeing. We used to go on camping trips with friends, or I just signed up for different clubs and I went for day trips with them, and I really enjoy them being outdoors all day long. I used to do a lot of like long distance bike riding when we also had like tents and sleeping bags packed at the back of the bike, and we cycled for days. I really enjoyed that. And we used to do with my friend lots of like long distance swimming. In Hungary there is a big Lake Balaton, and every year there is a swim competition, lake crossing swimming, and it's 5.2 kilometers, about 3.5 miles, and quite big waves. So it usually takes 3.5 hours for me to get through, and of course you need months to prepare for this. So I really enjoy that like lake crossing swimming. Events, I quite like just simple events, a little street festivals when there is like a little bit of live music and barbecue and chit-chatting with friends. And I used to go to lots of sport workshops where you could do dancing and little like different type of exercises, try out new trends and get to know new sport equipments. I really enjoyed those events. And I quite like sport events. I haven't been one for a while. um, I used to live in the United States, and I had a chance to go to Chicago Bulls games twice. And I also went once to a water polo match. It was like a world championships between USA and Hungary. And I went to several football games. They have such a unique atmosphere. It's really fun. Cartoons. My very favorite cartoon is Home. I will link the trailer down below. It's just such a well planned, such a well drawn story. So cute, so on point. And to be honest, I really don't care who is the voice of the different character, because it seems like here in the UK and in the US, when something is coming out, they advertise with you know, who is the voice of the different characters, which famous actor or actress or singer. I don't care. I just care about the story, and it's just cute. My other favorite cartoon is the Open Season. I think it is full of good jokes and just so funny, and just mirrors everyday life, and it's just so fun. I think it has 3 or 4 parts now. I quite like Despicable Me, if I'm saying it correctly. It has also like 3 or 4 parts right now. I quite looking forward Minions 2 coming out. Because of COVID, every movie is coming out later and later, but there is a new part coming. I think these movies are quite good. My favorite buildings, I quite like Earthships. These are usually off-grid, self-sufficient buildings, and they are built with recycled or upcycled materials and quite interesting structures. And I also like tiny houses. I just can't get enough watching tiny house series on YouTube, but unfortunately in the UK you don't get permission to build one, or just a temporary permission for 3 years if you are building other buildings, or you need to have a permanent building on that property. So it's just too complicated, and I don't understand in the era when housing is a big problem, why other governments are not helping people getting somewhere to live, affordable living. Well, hey ho, maybe we can change it. When it comes to architecture, one of my favorite buildings is the Hunterwasser house in Austria, in Vienna. So this is a colorful building when there are no two windows are the same, and the levels are all over the place, and there are trees and other plants in the building. I will try to insert a picture. I quite like that style. Anything in everyday life. Well, that's such a big category. I love my car and I love driving. I have just a small car, but I like to take care of it. And it's not a valuable car or nothing special, but definitely the best car I ever had. So I love it so much. I like my mobile phone. A couple of years ago I invested in a good one, and it's still going strong and it helps me with lots of things. I'm filming my videos on that mobile, and as everybody else, we do lots of things on our mobile nowadays. We buy tickets, we pay bills, we do bankings, and we work, read emails and answer emails, and just millions of other things. And I'm happy that I have this cool phone. I really love maps and GPS and looking up things on the map, planning routes and journeys. I always laughing because when I open my phone, I'm always, oh, I'm at Bora Bora, oh, I'm at Hawaii. I'm constantly like Googling places and planning to go to places. I just love maps. Traits in a person that I like. Well, I definitely like honesty, and it is very rare nowadays. I don't know when honesty went out of fashion and lies and dishonesty and sneaky behavior become such a norm. I'm just so unhappy about it. I can see definitely a change in people and the whole behavior comparing to my childhood and now it's just not going into the right direction. So I try to um, collect people around me who are honest. I like people who have a good heart, very caring, selfless. I think that is such a good trait in a person, and that is also very rare nowadays. I quite like witty people, people with a good sense of humor, and I was so surprised when I moved to Scotland how funny the people are, how good the jokes are. It's just so much fun. Even at work, some of the meetings which supposed to be so boring, it's full of jokes, full of laughter. I just so happy that they get all the jokes, and you know, they have Scottish accent, so it makes the fun double. I just love it. Influencers, well, I like all the YouTubers, Instagrammers, vloggers from the plus size community from all over the world. They help me a lot with body confidence and with fashion advices. And of course, who live closer to me in the UK or in Scotland. I can get advices where to find shops and good prices. So that's very, very helpful. One of them is Detty, who tagged me, whose channel is Miss Ann Thrope, and there are others influencers who we exchange messages with and we help each other. Favorite drinks? I quite like coffee, but I'm such a simple person. I like black coffee. I put sweetener in it, and that's it. So I don't really like to go out to coffee shops because the only thing that I can choose is Americano. Okay, espresso as well, but then you can finish in 2 minutes. So yeah, I like black coffee. I used to love Diet Coke, especially Coca-Cola, but it gives me stomachache, so I try to just consume on special occasions and just in smaller quantity. Alcoholic drinks, I like wines, sweeter ones, and I like ciders. But funny fact, before I moved to the UK, I have never drunk cider before. Yeah, that's me. Experiences, I think when you are getting older, you appreciate more smaller things in life. So, like driving with friends and singing along can be just such a fun. Or I used to teach English, and when a student calls me that they got a summer job in the United States, or they got a job in abroad, or they had a chance to go to university because they got extra points because of the English exam, that makes me happy, and yeah, that makes me proud of them. I like these kind of experiences. I like to go to new places, discover new countries. Hopefully, we can travel uninterrupted in the future, and this COVID thing goes away, and I can continue discovering the world. Things to watch. I like couple of series. I like Dairy Girls. I think this is incredibly funny and witty. And on a sad note, we get a little bit of background what was going on historically, because I think most of us didn't really know that that was a war zone not a while ago. I quite enjoy crime stories and the crime series. I especially love those ones which are based on true stories. So I watch quite a lot of investigation discovery documentaries. I really love comedy sketches. I have two favorite groups. One of them is an Irish group. I will link them down below because I can't pronounce their names. And another one is a Canadian group of four middle-aged women, so I can really relate to them. They are extremely funny, and the sketches are in such a good background and such a good environment. Like really, they really give you a cinema feeling, and the jokes are so on point. They are the Baroness von Sketch show, and I will also link them down below. Extremely funny. YouTubers, my favorite YouTuber passed away. Her name is Andrea Mies. She was a mother of 9. She was expecting her 10th child, and it was just very sad. She had cancer, and she passed away quite quickly. It was so sad, and her family at that time didn't monetize her channel, but then they decided to monetize it so the dad can spend more time with the children. But I just can't watch their channel. I just burst out crying when I started the intro. It's just so sad, and she was the same age as me. She had very nice organization videos, gardening, cooking, sewing, and I quite liked that kind of content. I enjoy watching plus size fashion hauls, so most of the YouTubers that I follow are smaller plus size fashion gurus, how you call them. So one of them is Detty from Miss Ann Thrope, but she has also vlogs and other content. I like Adoseofapril, I like Mamazoe, I like lots of YouTubers, so I try to link a couple of them down below. Of course, I like some old school YouTubers as well, but they become quite big, and not all of them continue with plus size fashion and makeup, so I don't watch them as regularly as I used to. These are so Emma's channel, Candy's channel, Yupanga, and I quite like Sophie Payne and Harry Jane, but she had a personal disaster in her family, so she is not so active anymore. So these are my favorite YouTubers. This was a few of my favorites tag video. I hope you liked it. I will tag 2 YouTubers. I have 2 people in mind, but I will ask them, and if they accept the challenge, then I will link their channels down below. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.